Welcome back to Bricks of Billund, everyone. Today we're doing some 90s throwback Legos. On my Instagram poll this past week, I asked everyone what they wanted to see, a new set or a throwback set, and the overwhelming majority of you voted for a throwback set. So today we are going to be looking at Lego set number 6949, the Robo-Guardian. This is a pretty neat set. It's one of 5 from this sub-series, sub-theme of the Spyrius, which falls under the Lego space category from the 90s. This set was originally released in '94, and I'm excited to build it here today, guys. So we're gonna dive right in. I might stop here and there to highlight some cool things about the build, but most likely just kind of plow through the build here and then talk all the features at the end. See you there. Okay everyone, here you have it. We have the Robo-Guardian from the Spyrian series space theme from the 90s. Like I said in the beginning of this video here, this set was originally released in 1994, so believe it or not, doing the math on that, 27 years old this set is, and I can't believe that. I'm 34, so just to think about that and how old this set is and how well so much of these Legos have held up over time. It's really amazing. Just want to go over a couple of the features here with everybody to check out all the really neat features that are part of this set here. I am missing one aspect. There's this little tiny kind of like a scout flying transport thing that comes with this set that stows away in the back of the robot here. But I'm missing it. It's either in my collection somewhere. Eventually I'm going to do like a whole video on all of the sets from this series since I'm only missing one. So I might try and get it from Bricklink or something to complete the series. So hopefully I'll have that to show you next time, but it does store in the back of the robot here as a way for them to go out and explore, I guess, right? So a lot of really cool features in this set. First is that the arms on this robot can be positioned any way that you want them to, and they stay that way, which is really cool. There's a Lego Technic aspect built into the shoulder area of the robot here, and once you have the arms positioned however you want them to be positioned, you can just reset them by lifting these levers in the back. See if I can show you guys that again here. So if his arms are up in the air here, just lifting these levers drops them back into position. So there's just, like I said, incorporating that little Lego Technic aspect in here, makes for a fun playability feature with this set. The head also detaches to be its own set within a set. This is really cool here. These arms detach as well from the set and then can be reattached to the head to be a smaller kind of a version of the set here. I remember as a kid, it's funny when I'm rebuilding these sets from my childhood in this series. I'm having all these flashback memories of playing with these, and I remember that what I would used to do is, when they would be in war with each other, because all these different factions from this space theme are kind of in war with each other, right? When the robot body would get destroyed, but the head would somehow be like the ejection pod to, get the the minifig to safety, right? And he has another escape route here by kind of taking the arms from the body and putting them onto the head to continue and not die in the war, right? So that's a cool feature there, to have the head detached that way. There's some really neat printed pieces on this as well, just like we saw in the UFO set that I did last time. Just some of the really great printed pieces that Lego was doing in the 90s, and they're still in immaculate condition. No chipping or flaking or anything on any of these printed pieces that we have. And inside the cockpit of the robot as well too, there's some more really neat printed pieces. I'll get some close-ups for you so you can see them. But there's like a little targeting computer, and also what looks like, again, another type of like targeting computer showing like another robot. I guess, if he was fighting another robot from a different faction, because there are some from these sub-themes within that mid-90s space theme that Lego was really pumping out. So, like I said, I have 4 out of these 5 Spyrians, is what we refer to them as, from the Spyrius series. Their whole thing as a group was to go around to the different factions and spy on them. And it's pretty cool that their little logo, if you look at it, and this is something I didn't notice when I was a kid. Looking back on it as an adult, I'd catch these things, but on their logo here, you can see all these little eyes in the background, like the eye emoji on your phone, looking like the spying eyes. Because their whole thing was that they would go around and steal the technology from other groups. So there's this cool little compartment here that opens up as well, and you can pull out, what is used as like a safe in a lot of other Lego sets these days. It's the same exact piece setup. You can place in the different pieces of technology from the different factions that they would steal from, etc. And again, I remember doing all of that as a kid, because each different group has their own logos and symbols like this, and they just slot right in there and pops in here and safely stored away. So those are the major features of the robot here. Like I said, the Robo-Guardian is what this guy is called. So those are all the big features here. Oh, and the wheels too. Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention, right? This is pretty cool here. When you are moving him around, all of his wheels kind of move in tandem with each other, kind of like a tank type setup, like cogs in a machine, which is pretty cool. It gives me like Terminator vibes for anybody out there who is familiar with those movies, right? When they flash forward to all those robots, all the Skynet robots. It really has that Skynet kind of a robot vibe to it for me, from that era of the Terminator movies. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments if you're someone who's familiar with those movies, if you're like me. So cool. So that covers most of the features from the robot. Sorry I get a little longer-winded on that here. Let's take a quick look at the minifigs that come with this set as well too. There's 3 of them. And I believe, based on what the helmets are here, one just has a plain helmet, so I guess he's kind of not the one in control or in command. And then you have another guy here who has kind of a painted helmet in a way that makes him look like he might be higher in command, I guess, in the group. I didn't do too much research into the details of why some of them have the painted helmets versus the others. If you know, let me know. Again, I can look that up myself too, but that's what I see. They're very well detailed, great printed pieces, and which matches the branding of the Spyrians, right? It really goes with it. There's a lot of similarities in the minifigs printing on the chest piece that matches the printing on the Robo arms, for example. So just a lot of similarities to kind of go with the branding. And it's cool too. This is the first time, because I did look this one up because it's an interesting, fun Lego fact here, that this was the first time in 1994 that Lego incorporated a droid minifig. So this is the very first of its kind. Now we see lots of different droid or robot minifigs, but in 1994, this was the first one, and he is what they call Major Kartovsky, I think is what he's referred to, is Major Kartovsky. Interesting choice of a name for him as a droid minifig. So, back in the day, I think it's cool that Lego would name some of these different minifigs. So first droid minifig of its kind, really neat. Has a cool clear helmet so you can see all the details in his printing as well too. So really neat. A very cool little setup here, coming with 3 minifigs. I can't remember what this set retailed for when it first came out. It was probably somewhere in the $50 or $60 range, I could imagine. Again, you can find all that stuff in the Wikipedia, you know, brick sites and whatnot. There's a lot of that information out there. A simple search will give you all of that to check these out. So that's this build. It's been a lot of fun for me so far doing these throwback Legos. This is the second episode here, and I have a lot more to churn through. So let me know if you guys like these better than my other videos when I'm looking at new stuff. I'm trying to balance it here for you and give you a lot of different type of content and different sets to take a look at. Some stuff that's not as familiar to most people who are out there, and especially some of the younger builders who, you know, some of this stuff is way older than they are. So I think it's cool to be able to kind of pull back the curtain into the past and take a look at some of these Lego sets. So thanks for joining me today, everybody. And until next time, keep building.